Hey guys and gals, it's Monster Chappie. Today we're here for some more MUT action. In today's video, guys, I have a triple header. Not double, not one, but triple header. 3 MUT games. And this game right here is to actually clinch our spot in the playoffs and get that first round bye. The next game is going to be the divisional round, and then that last game is the conference championship. And hopefully we can win that game and end up getting into the Super Bowl so we can give that to you guys. But we will watch and see how that works out for us and see if we're able to get that W and continue to make some more progress in competing and getting our team a little bit better on Ultimate Team. Again, right around the same overall. I have not played too much since the last time I talked to you guys. Well, not MUT anyways. I've been doing a lot of practicing and game reps and just playing Madden, just learning and understanding the game more so than anything else. You know, there's definitely a time frame where you want to put together your blitzes, you want to put together your offensive scheme and things like that. And those, there's different kinds of labbing. You know, there's that kind of labbing where you're just trying to figure out what works, what doesn't work. But then the next stage is, once you want to get to that next level, is really just understanding the game, the core of the game. You know, little things like when you're running the ball, do you go outside like you did in Madden 25 and just kind of loop around the defenders because they take terrible angles? Or do you actually cut it upfield and get as many yards as possible right away, as opposed to taking the risk and trying to go outside for an even bigger play? So like you'll notice here, I just cut upfield a lot of the times when I'm running the ball, because I find in this year's game it's a lot different than Madden 25, whereas in 25 you wanted to do that loop angle kind of downwards and then just get to the sideline. This year the opponents, almost 9 times out of 10, they're going to block shed if you try to go outside and the defender's on the outside. So you better just cut it upfield if you're running the strong powers, the counters, or any run for that matter. You're definitely going to want to get upfield as quickly as possible and just, you know, get as many yards as you can. Self-explanatory there, but hey, this year is a little bit different than last year, so you got to make those types of adjustments. You need to know how man defense plays against certain routes, how zone plays against certain routes, and things like that. So that's the kind of the next stage of labbing, is just understanding what people are doing, what works against it, why does it work, you know, why are people doing it, and how can you stop it? What's the most efficient way to stop it out of what you're doing? Because I mean, of course, someone can say, I run a 4-3 stack and I run cover 3 out of that to stop this play. But if you don't have 4-3 stack in your playbook, which I don't because I run a 3-4, then that kind of helps you, but at the same time it kind of doesn't. That's just kind of a specific setup. But if you learn why they're running the cover 3 out of the 4-3 stack, you can maybe put together something that's similar to that to see why it's working, and, you know, get that to work for you to stop whatever concept that is that, you know, that's locking down. Now that's just a very hypothetical scenario right there, but at the same time that's something you need to keep in mind and just use and utilize at all times, because if you understand why stuff works, understand why you're doing this, doing that, and understand why you're making these certain adjustments, your level as a gamer is just going to go completely skyrocket, and you're just going to get so much better, so much faster than if you're just running, you know, some really hot blitz that you found on YouTube or some blitz that you got in an ebook or anything like that. You're going to be a lot better off if you really understand the game, understand the concepts, and understand why it is people do the things that they do, offensively and defensively, and it'll kind of just put you into their mind frame. You know, I've been watching a lot of Dexter, and for him, it's kind of easy to get into the mind frame of a killer. Of course, it's a TV show, that helps too, but you know what I mean, because he's there and doing that, and you know, that's kind of in his head. It's easier for him to figure out the way they're thinking and the things they're trying to do, and so he's able to track down his targets, if you will, very easily. And in Madden, it's the same thing. 2K, same thing. It's just, if you know what your opponent wants to do, why they want to do it, and you can kind of figure out what they're going to do next, how they're going to try to do it, and make your adjustments and counters accordingly. So been just playing a lot of games, a lot of head-to-head, a lot of online games, things like that, just really trying to lab out different things like how to stop screens, how to stop the run, attacking different, coverages, whether it be cover 3, cover 4, cover 2, or man defense, whether somebody's blitzing or just playing coverage defense, just kind of learning how to beat everything in the game, and at the same time understanding why or why not people are choosing to do those things and the adjustments they're making. Been playing against a lot of the popular formations, the pistol bunches, or any of the pistols pretty much are pretty popular this year. Gun bunch, trips, there's a couple single back formations, 5 wide, etc., etc. And once you play against those enough times, again, you really just start to understand what people are going to do, what plays are the money or go-to plays for that formation right here. Look at this stupid pass. That is such a bad pass. Such a horrible pass. But like I was saying, guys, you understand what people are going to do. You understand which plays people are going to run. Are they going to run 4 verticals? Are they going to run bench? Are they going to run, some sort of crossing route? Crossing routes are very popular. So if you can stop those crossing routes, you can stop literally 5 or 6 out of 10 people offenses that you're going to come across, because a lot of offenses that I've seen personally have been built all around crossing routes. And there's a reason people use crossing routes, because they are effective against both man and zone defense. So if you're not using crossing routes, maybe implement that into your game. Similar to the screens, there's a lot of things you have to do to stop the screens. It's not extremely difficult to stop the screens, but if you're not preparing to stop the screens, they can really be a pain in the neck over the course of the game, and they can get a lot of yards. They can bail people out on 3rd and long, 4th and long, etc., etc., and get a lot of big plays. So learn how to, stop those screens and stuff. And right here, you can see my boy Maury putting in work. Went ahead and grabbed him on the PS4 as well. I had Chris Johnson for a while, but again, guys, I do like Murray as one of the best backs under 10K, and he's putting in work for me right here. And we're sticking to the game plan. I know we threw that terrible interception, but that was just a bad read. I threw it to the wrong dude. I should have threw it to the tight end going across on the drag, or that wide receiver. I can't remember exactly, but either way, like you know when your offense is working, you know when your defense is working, and sometimes they're just getting fluky plays, or sometimes you just really make a mistake. And you definitely don't want to change things up too much if what you're doing is working. Just make sure you continue to make right reads, stay calm, execute, and again, continue to follow through with what you're doing. Stick true to your scheme, stick true to what you know, and if you do that, man, and you just stay calm and just keep doing what you do, in the long run, things will usually always work out well for you. Occasionally, things will go bad. Guys will get really crazy plays, but a lot of the times you're going to be a lot better off. And this first down right here is pretty much going to wrap up this ball game. So I hope you guys enjoyed, as well as some of the tips and knowledge I tried to share with you. But that's going to do it for this video. Go ahead and drop that like if you enjoyed. And until the next time, it's your boy Monster Chappy. We gone!